Hi guys, welcome to a new knitting podcast. My name is Claudia and welcome here on Knitted Journey, and especially welcome to everyone who is new here since the last podcast, because like that video went like crazy. Well, you people watched it a lot. I've got a lot of new subscribers. I mean, I had less than 400 subscribers before that podcast episode, and now I have like 590, I believe, almost. So that's crazy, but so much fun for me to watch and to see the reactions that people love seeing that episode and love colorful knits as well. Because if you know me a little bit, I like color a lot, like what I'm wearing. Especially love pinks and blues for the last year, to knit with them a lot, but I love colors in general a lot. So yeah, welcome here, and I hope you enjoy, and especially if you just like colorful knits or seeing colorful knits, welcome here on this channel. And with so many new people here, I want to reintroduce myself a little bit more for those who are wondering. Like I said, my name is Claudia. I'm a knitter based here in the Netherlands, and I'm 31 years old, and I learned myself how to knit in one of the COVID lockdowns. I believe it's almost 2 years ago now, and I just started with a YouTube video of how to knit a scarf, and I still wear that scarf. It's got holes, it's got slanting and increases where that wasn't meant to be, but I love the process of knitting and learning how to knit, and that it's imperfect, and that makes it perfect for me. So yeah, I work as a teacher at, like, you can translate it almost to like in high school. So I teach classics, meaning Latin and Greek, to kids aged 12 through 18. And yeah, that's somewhat of a creative job, but I miss the creativity that knitting brings me. And it's quite a stressful job, I have to say, like managing 20, sometimes up to 30 kids at one time, and struggling through like Homer or Virgil and all that stuff, or just like Latin grammar. It's not always that easy. So knitting really relaxes me. I really enjoy it. It's a great passion nowadays. And yeah, in my last episode I talked about therapy knitting, and that knitting has been helping me these last years with like a sort of form of therapy through my burnout. But right now I'm going through something else as well, which like isn't fun, and it's still happening, and I know it will be better, hopefully, like in springtime. That's my vision, that I will have a really better place. But for now, knitting really helps me relax and enjoy myself, but also calm my mind. And I have some knitting friends here who live near in the same city as me. And we're going to Copenhagen in a couple of days. So I'm really excited for that, because, well, yarn shop heaven. So we're going, it's now Tuesday, we're going on Friday. So I'm planning to have this video up on Saturday. So when this video is up, I will be in yarn shop heaven, Copenhagen. So yeah, I've been knitting like crazy to finish some pieces up that I want to bring with me. So I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 finished objects. Again, I don't know how I do that, but I knit like crazy. I have a lot of time, and all my free time goes to knitting. And I've got 2 whips, which is not all that much, but I'm really rounding everything up before Copenhagen, so I can start with something new with the new yarn that I'm going to buy in Copenhagen. And I don't have like an exact shopping list in my head. I have some ideas, but I want to keep my mind open to what I will find. So if you're interested in what my plans are or ideas of what to buy in Copenhagen, keep on watching till the end. I'm going to save that up. But for now, let's start with my first finished object, and I'm wearing it right now. So in the last episode, I believe I had a yoke done, I was working on the body, and maybe I had 2 or stripes on the body in total. I don't know. Maybe you know. But now it's finished, and it went by really fast because this is knitted on needle size 5, I believe. And I'm just going to drink something. So yeah, it's needle size 5. This pattern, let's start. It's the Sonja sweater by Petiteknit. And that is a really oversized drop shoulder sweater, as you can see. It is meant to have 30 centimeters of positive ease, which is a whole lot, and it's meant to be really slouchy and casual and yeah, oversized, and I really like oversized. So you start with like a rectangular shape on the back, so no shaping for the neckline, but then you shape a little bit around the armholes and you pick up stitches for the shoulders, and the short row shaping is here on the shoulders in the front, and that was a first for me. And then you join here on the neckline, and you can see the increases here as well, and then you have a little bit shaping on the armholes as well, and then you just knit it down and you pick up stitches for the sleeves. As you can see, there is some short row shaping here, and with the stripe you can see that really well because that stripe is straight, but here it's a little bit bigger on the top and it's smaller on the bottom, and then with some decreases on the sleeve, as you can see, but not all that much. I decreased a little bit extra over here because the sleeve felt like it would be way too big, and I intentionally didn't stretch out the ribbing on the arms all that much because I don't want too long of a sleeve or too wide. The stripes are inspired by the Marseille sweater because originally I wanted to knit the Marseille sweater by Petiteknit, which she made in like a cream white color with the navy stripes, and that has 4 stripes on the body. I have 4 stripes as well, and the placement is 1 on the yoke, and then accordingly the stripes on the sleeve. But as you can see, I only have 3 stripes because my sleeve is already long enough. So with my first sleeve I was working on the 4th stripe. I believe I had that done, and then I tried it on and it became like here, like the 4th stripe should be here, and then I should do the ribbing. So I decided against that, and 3 stripes would be fine, even though the body has 4, but I don't care. And I really wanted to knit something pink with red stripes because that's just a really cool and fun color combination. I really like that, and pink is like my #1 favorite color in the entire world ever since I was a little kid. I think I knitted this in a size medium. Normally I'm a size large with Petiteknit, but this is so oversized, and it still is really oversized. And I made the body, I think, a little bit shorter because otherwise it would be like almost a dress for me. Like you can modify this so easy for a sweater dress. If you just keep on knitting the body, then you have the perfect oversized knitted sweater dress, in my opinion. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. It's really wide at the bottom, so it doesn't like clinch. I don't know how to say this in English, but it doesn't hug my hips, which I really like. And then it's like the cool girl oversized look, and not the cringy oversized look. That's just not it. So yeah, I'll just show a clip of me wearing it, and you can see it full on my body and how it fits. But it's really big and oversized, as I said multiple times now. And I think this will be really comfortable. Like, it's a cozy sweater. It's not a sweater for dressing up, or if you want to feel a little bit fancy. This is like your cozy sweater for at home. But I'm going to wear this at work, like on my teacher job. this is totally fine. Maybe it's a little bit warm, but I have that problem with all my knitted sweaters that they're warm. So the yarn that I used is, for the pink one, it's Drops Flora with brushed alpaca silk held together. So Flora is a fingering weight blend of wool and alpaca, and brushed alpaca silk is alpaca with silk, and that's thicker than mohair. So that is probably more of a DK weight. And for the red stripes, I use the brushed alpaca silk as well, but with, is it North? Drops North or Drops Nepal? The thinner one. I'm going to mention everything down below as usual, so you can see everything there. I'm going to look it up exactly, but in Flora they didn't have like that bright of a red color, so I had to change it up. It is a little bit itchy, to be honest. I think that's the alpaca, but it's okay, it's fine. And right now I'm wearing like a simple vest top, but maybe I'm going to wear like a high neck top underneath this, or like a t-shirt if I feel it's really itchy. And I already put in an elastic because I believe it grew with blocking. It's not like the yarn that I expected it to grow much, but I feel like it grew widthwise especially, but I'm not sure because I didn't take a picture, I believe, of me wearing it before blocking. Maybe I should have, or measured it. I feel like the neckline was a little bit higher up before blocking, like more here, and now it slouched more before I put in the elastic, so now it fits really cute and I really like this. So yeah, I'm not done with all the pink yet for this episode, but first my next finished sweater, and it's so beautiful, and I was almost done last time, but this is one of my favorite finished objects I've ever made in these last 2 years. Maybe the most pretty sweater I've ever made. So yeah, this is the Lento sweater. It's a really popular pattern, and the yarn that I used is really special to me. And I've talked about this a couple of times before, but it's hand-dyed yarn from one of my best knitting friends. And she dyes her own yarn, and she has really beautiful yarn. So this is from her cottage collection, the Blue Hydrangea, inspired by the Blue Hydrangea. So it has the green specks throughout, and you can really see them very well. And I held it together with Lanagrossa Setasuri, and the Setasuri is like a mohair substitute, so it has the same yardage, but it's, yeah, alpaca suri instead of mohair, because mohair itches, if you know, you know. And I do have to say, this itches a little bit less than this, but I think that's unavoidable with everything that's like fluffy and the fibers sticking out. But her sock base, because I used her Soulful sock base from the Mindfulcreators, I should mention her, the Mindfulcreators. That's really a soft yarn, and it is a sock base, so 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, but it feels like just a fingering weight merino. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I really love how this is turned out. It's a little bit on the looser side. It's really relaxed fit, but the sleeves I decreased a little bit more than the pattern suggested, but the pattern has like 3/4 length sleeves. So as you can see, it's slanting quite a bit, but I really like that, and it makes it like a really functional piece as well. I feel like this suits me so good. Like, the color is perfect on me. I like blue suits me really well, and yeah, it's a really nice light shade. I think I made size 3. I'm not really sure, but well, I think I made size 3, and I knitted this on needle size 6 millimeters, which is like nice and big, and that makes this project really quick. It's really lightweight. I only used 2 skeins, or like a skein and a half of the sock merino fingering, and I think 3.5 skeins of the Setasuri. So it's quite a lightweight sweater, and this will definitely come with me to Copenhagen because it's like lightweight in my suitcase, and this pink sweater I will travel in. So I'm hopefully going to get like a lot of beautiful pictures again, although I made some cute pictures of myself. I'll pop them in here because I'm really proud of this sweater, and I love how it looks like in natural lighting or in sunlight. You can see the colors very well. But yeah, I really like this pattern. I did the double folded collar a little bit higher up, so it's a really nice, like wintry. I already put in some elastic because it is made with professional cast on, which means that it's really stretchy, and that's like comfortable to put on over your head, but it makes it like dangerous to stretch out a little bit too much. And then you have the raglan shaping. It has short rows. Yeah, I will definitely make this again, this pattern. So yeah, I also have some extra shots of me wearing this. And I really like this, like tucked in all the way in my jeans. I unfortunately did the bind off of the body a little bit too tight. Not sure if I'm going to redo that, because to be honest, I'm a little bit too lazy to do that. But it doesn't matter if I tuck this in, and I feel like that suits my body way better than it's hanging loose. And I like it with this oversized kind of sweaters that it's loose, but if it's not as oversized, I like to tuck it in, so it's a little bit more waist shaping, because I have quite an hourglass shape. So yeah, this won't be the last time that you'll see this sweater, because I'm probably going to wear this in one of my next episodes, and I'm going to wear this so much. I love this. Can't wait to have it be cold enough for this. So it's finally turning fall here in the Netherlands, although today is really beautiful and sunny outside, and when you walk in the sun it is quite nice actually. And I was like shopping by myself a little bit this afternoon, and was having a lunch outside on a terrace, because like in the south of the Netherlands, all the terraces are like full with people, especially when the sun is out. And I think it's maybe, well, what will be 13 degrees outside today, but in the sun it feels warmer like that. And we Dutchies, we are like sunflowers. We're so excited by the sun. We're like addicted to sun, because if the sun's not out, it's really easy to have it here. Well, it's really gray and rainy and like, I want to say somber. Well, it's cloudy, it's rainy, it's gray, and that affects your mood really a lot. Like winter depression is really a thing here. So when the sun's out, everyone sits like with their face in the sun, and I believe it's a joke. Like if you want to spot Dutchies in like international in other countries, look at the ones that are facing the sun. That are Dutchies. Yeah. Next, finished objects. Really quick, because I've shown these so many times now, I feel like. But these are my baby sweaters I made for a colleague of mine. She gave birth to twins, so I wanted to make some cute sweaters. And last time they were finished, but now I embroidered some faces on them, and I really wanted to show that. So if you've not seen them before, these are made with a free Ravelry pattern. I believe it's called the Good Old Raglan, but I don't know the designer's name. You can look it up. I made the size, I believe 3 to 6 months, but I feel like they're way too big. But I don't care. I'm going to gift them to my colleague in 2 weeks time. and they're nice and oversized, and hopefully they can wear them next time, because they can definitely not wear them right now, but they're so cute. And the yarn that I use is Drops Merino Extra Fine, which is a superwash merino, a DK weight blend. And I really like this pattern, although the sizing, I feel like I did something wrong, because the length should be fine according to the pattern, but it feels like way too wide. And the fabric also grew. And I do have to say, I'm a loose knitter, and maybe I should have gone down a needle size, because I knitted this on size 4, like the pattern set, and I like the fabric, but for the sizing, maybe I should have done a 3.5. But as you can see, it's a raglan sweater with short row shaping in the back, and it's a free pattern. It's really good. And this is the other one. So 2 really cute bears for 2 really cute babies. I'm going to meet them, like I said. And I wanted something really like gender neutral and casual, and they can decide which one of the babies, because it's a boy and a girl, is going to wear which sweater. Probably the dark one for the boy, but it doesn't matter. You can choose whatever you want. And I like the bear idea so much that I didn't want to do like a lavender color or something. So yeah, I was inspired for the faces by the teddy sweater thingies by Petiteknit, but I just freestyled a little bit. So yeah, really quick. Not going to show these again, but I'm really glad I made them, and that I'm going to gift them next week, because it took quite some more time than I intended to. Okay, now on to some more pink stuff, of course. So firstly, my scarf, my shawl is finished. This is the Sophie shawl by Petiteknit. I believe it's, besides the Lento and the baby sweaters, it's a Petiteknit episode, and a pink one and blue one, of course. So yeah, this is the Sophie shawl by Petiteknit. And it is a garter stitch shawl, if you don't know it, but it's like really known this pattern, which tapers out, and that's done with increases on one side, and it has an I-cord edge that you knit at the same time. So it's really nice and finished. And yeah, I really like the size that I made it in. I can show you a little bit. So if I'm wearing it like this, it reaches the end of my sweater, and I didn't want this to be too big. I want this to be like warm around the neck, but not too much fabric hanging loose. And especially, like, I made this with Copenhagen in mind. If I'm going to be hot, which I probably will be, with walking around a lot, then I can maybe wear it like this, maybe more like a shawl kind of thing, and then it's not too long. Or maybe just put it in my purse or bag, and again, it's not too big of a package and not too heavy. So I used Drops Flora for this, and as you can see the difference in the color, because it's the same Flora color in the sweater, but in the sweater it is held with the brushed alpaca silk, which made it a little bit darker. I used almost 4 skeins of this, and like Flora, as I said, is a fingering weight yarn. It's 50 grams and then 210 meters, I believe. So I held it double, and then halfway point was where like the first 2 skeins ran out. So that's over here. So this weighs less than 200 grams, which was what I wanted. And I almost got to the medium size. Like, I think I got like 3 increases less than a medium. And I will definitely make this again. I would like to have it in a little bit softer of material, because again, this is the alpaca. It's nice and kind of soft, but it's not the softest. It's not like a superwash merino. That's like crazy soft. So yeah, I really like this. And I wanted to have a pink scarf, of course, because it's my favorite color. But also because I have 2 knitted scarves. Those are just a rectangular garter stitch scarves, like the first one that I made. And it's in an orangey rusty color, which is doesn't suit me at all. Because I'm like a cool toned winter type. And the second one is a dark navy color, which I really like, but it's heavier. I believe I'm held 2 more DK weights together and just knitted on needle size, probably 6 or 7. It's quite heavy and big. So I wanted something that feels lighter. And I like with the shawl pattern, this Sophie shawl or the Sophie scarf, that it tapers. So the ends are really lightweight and don't give it so much weight. But you can still have it nice and white in the middle. Blue fluff. So yeah, it's not big enough to be like really a shawl, but I'm not a shawl wearing type. I'm like, and also not for this. It looks cool, but not for me. I'm this type of person, and maybe tie a knot in it. So yeah, this is going with me. And I also wanted, I'm probably wearing a white coat, so I wanted to have a pop of color. And this can be useful like all the time. So that's the first one. And then my hat is finished, and it's dry. It's like 97% dry. So this, my last pink finished object. This is the Oslo hat by Petiteknit. And I already started this last time. And I feel like I ripped it out since that video and started again. But I'm not sure about the timeline. But yeah, as I said, I'm a really loose knitter. I think I'm really relaxed right now, since I've been like at home with burnout, and that burnout has left my body. I relaxed a lot, and now I can sit really relaxed when knitting. So I'm a loose knitter, and that's really great. I think physically it's really great. Gauge wise, it's horrible. I don't like that. I want to be on gauge. That would be so much nicer. So yeah. I wanted the size medium because the measurement was like 56 centimeters, so it's just a size medium. But I knitted a size small because I already thought the gauge would make it a small, and then it felt like too big again. So I made the size like the kids or teen size. And as you can see, the color is really interesting and beautiful. The base again is the Drops Flora, but now in a different combination, because I used mohair, hand-dyed mohair, and it's again from my friend Fem from the Mindfulcreators, and it's so beautiful. That yarn, just, I believe it's called Pink Dream, and it screams my name. Again, pink, but it has all these different kinds of pinks, and it has some orange in it and some purples, and I think you can see it quite well. This is when you unfold it, so you can definitely see the variations with mohair, and it pulls, but that's just how it's dyed. It's intended to do this. And she knitted an Oslo hat as well with that same yarn, but she held it with Drops Flora in a white base, and I wanted to do it with a pink base. And they're completely different hats, but not really completely different, because they have the same mohair variations in this. So I wanted to have this as a set, and then it's still a little bit different. I just didn't have enough mohair left for the scarf, but also I don't want mohair in a scarf because of the itchiness, but also that leaves so much fluff on my coats, and that's really annoying. So yeah, I love the color. I knitted this on needle size 3, so I already went down a needle size from 3.5 to 3, but I'm used to that right now. It is a like you start with a long like tube shape, then you fold it double and knit it together, and then you get this, like as you can see, garter ridge. So when you fold it over, it stays that way, and the bottom looks really nice and like the knit stitch. So you have 3 layers of the rim, how do you call it, the band, and then on top. So yeah, it's really nice, and it feels quite big, but it's cool. I like this a lot. I would love to have this in like a blue color, because then my eyes will pop like crazy, or green. So I'll probably make that. But to be honest, here in the Netherlands, I don't wear hats all that often. It's not like, it can get cold in the winter, but it's not really all that cold. That like I don't bike a lot. I can just go with my car to my work, and I don't walk around all that much. And when I walk, I get hot quite easily. So hats are usually too hot for me. But I really like how it looks, and it's like, I made this. I want to wear this. So yeah, this is my winter look for now, until I maybe have another color combination involved. But yeah, pink all the way. Let's just say that. I love this. It's so beautiful. Yeah. So those were all my finished objects. This was really a pink filled one. And now I have some more blue ones, what I'm working on right now. So maybe this is enough pink for the rest of the winter. No, it's not. But I just have to buy some more pink yarn. I'm rambling. I hope you like it. I'm just really excited about having like almost 200 new subscribers here on my channel, and that makes me excited. So the next one is this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Ingrid sweater by Petiteknit, if you hadn't guessed this. And I finished the body, as you can see, and I almost finished one sleeve. So last time I showed you this, I was halfway through the double cross section over here. And yeah, this is what I've done since. Not all that much, but I've finished this one, and the Lento, and the scarf, and the hat. So that's why. This is one of my dream knit pieces. It's a all over texture drop shoulder pattern. So the top on the back, you start with the double moss stitch, and it has eyelet details. It has the cross, like mock cables, how she calls it, the 2x2 ribs, and then you repeat that pretty much. On the bottom it has a double cross section, and originally the pattern has another section of this 2x2 rib, but I didn't do that because it already was like long enough. And I'll show you some footage of me wearing it so you can see where it hits my body. This is quite a stiff fabric, so it's not easy to tuck in, maybe a little bit in the front. But yeah, I don't want this to be too long, but then, because then it will hit like the widest part of my hips, which you obviously don't want to, because then it will emphasize that. So it needs to be higher than that. So I skipped that whole last 2x2 rib section. I already started that, and then I tried it on, and yeah, just ripped out a little bit. The yarn that I am using is Sandnes Garn Pure Gynt, which is 100% Norwegian wool. It is quite rustic. Like, I love this yarn, this soft merino, so much more. Sensory wise, like, this is not next to skin. For me, this is not. But I think it will be fine with a high neck top or a t-shirt underneath this, because it mostly itches here around the neckline. I modified the neckline to a double folded 1x1 ribbed collar. It just needs an elastic, and I made this long enough so that it's nice and a little bit cozy. And there is, again, as you can see, some short row shaping in the sleeves, which I really like. With these oversized sweaters, you want to have the shawl, the sleeves dropping as well. And with the sleeve, oh, I have to sneeze. The sun is out and that makes me sneeze like all the time. Ah, damn it. So yeah, the sleeves, I already also skipped the double rib section here as well, because this is like already hitting this like my wrist. I don't know how other people do that. I looked it up on Instagram, and most of the girls, women who are wearing this sweater, just rock like the super long sleeves. But I want this to be a little bit functional. I want to have to be able to wear this and not like when I write something down on the board in my job, to erase it at the same time, or get like marker on my sweaters, of course. So yeah, I love this color. It's so stunning. I believe it's called Electric Blue, and it's one of the most beautiful blue colors that I could have picked out. And you can still see the stitch definition really well. So I should keep that in mind, because I want to knit the Storm sweater, which is also texture, but it's a little bit of a softer textured sweater than this. A little less pronounced, but bright colors can pull that off quite easy. So as you can see, it really needs a block, because that 2x2 rib is really scrunched up right now, and that's going to relax a lot with blocking. And I do have to say, I really hope it will grow like a lot. Maybe I'm going to manipulate it to grow width-wise, because I made this in a size medium, or am making this in a size medium instead of a large, because I believe this has 20 to 20, maybe 25 centimeters of positive ease, and I thought that would be like too big. I can go down a size, but I feel like I would like it more if it's more oversized, opposed to how it fits me right now. So as you can see in the clip, it is loose fitting, but I want more of like this feeling. I feel like that would suit this sweater so much more. So I'm really curious to see how this will fit after blocking. So maybe when it's finished and I'm going to block this, I really should, mental note for me right now, I really should film a clip of me before blocking, wearing it, and after blocking, so you can see the difference, because I think that's going to be huge. So yeah, that's this. Only problem I have is that I don't have enough yarn. I'm really bummed about that. I just ordered this yarn like a couple of months ago, when I bought some other Sandnes Garn yarn online, the Tin Silk that I made the barbary top with, and I ordered 12 skeins of this pure Gynt with that, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with that. So in the end I decided to make this sweater with it, and I hoped the sweater, the yarn quantity would be fine, but I have one skein left. Like, this is all I have left, so I need this little bit for the sleeve. I'm not going to finish this whole, I don't know, like this is for one sleeve, and I have one skein left, but I think I need I definitely need one skein more, maybe 1.5. So I'm going to buy some extra in Copenhagen, and hopefully the other dye lot isn't like too much of a difference. It's nothing I can do about that. So I use 12 skeins already, like this is skein number 12, 11 skeins already, and I think I'm going to end up with 13 or 14. I have a couple of days, so maybe I will knit this up as much as I can before I go. I have 2 days, like I can do that, and then I know exactly how much I need to buy. So that is something to keep in mind for me when I want to make the Storm sweater. Like, I need at least 13, maybe 14 skeins of this pure Gynt if I want to use period. So yeah, I don't know if I want to say anything else about this, but I really love this. I really hope this will fit great, and then this will be wonderful to wear in the winter time. Hopefully not too warm. Maybe the like eyelet details will help a little bit with breeziness, because I said it doesn't get all too cold here in the Netherlands. And like at my school where I work, it's quite an old building, so before the renovation it was like cold enough, and the heating didn't always work, and especially with the COVID period, and when we needed to teach but have the windows wide open for fresh air, it was so cold. Then this would have been perfect, but now the school is renovated and we have good heating all around, and this will be a little bit too hot, I'm afraid. We're going to wear this anyway. Okay, last thing, and I hadn't started this, but I had shown you a swatch. I bought some Drops Daisy yarn, and I showed you those last time because I was really curious about it. I am a big Drops fan, but I really want to explore and use other yarn brands as well, but it's nice and cheap. So this is their new base, and this is 100% non-superwash merino. The non-superwash is really important because they only had superwash merino, and that is the one that I used for the baby sweaters. But this is non-superwash, so it feels nicer and it is really soft. It is like next to skin soft. I think it's just as soft as the baby sweater fabric, but this is a little bit more squeaky feeling. And the superwash you can wash in a washing machine, of course. I wouldn't do that, but for baby knits that's like perfect. So I really wanted to try this and see how I like this yarn. Also because it's really affordable. And for the first whole month, like the month of September, here in the Netherlands at least, they had a discount on this yarn from €4 down to €2.80. So €2.80 for one skein means that you can get a whole sweater for like less than €40, which is cheap. And inspired by my knitting friend Jasmijn, I really wanted to make the Lyon sweater by Petiteknit. And Femme, the one who dyes her own yarn, for some reason I am like constantly in a knit along with her, or like we're knitting on the same things. We have really similar style and taste in knitting patterns, although we make them like really differently, because I like this oversized and colorful, and she likes color but a little bit more muted and is more form-fitting. So we choose really different sizes and we still make the same sweaters. So she's making a Lyon sweater as well with the same yarn, just in a different color. And she started it and I just couldn't resist anymore. I needed to start it again because I felt like missing out. So yeah, this is the Lyon sweater. It's a striped sweater, as you see. I'm having a white base with navy stripes, and it has a really different construction than everything else that I've ever knit. So you start in the back with a trapezium shape, really shallow, really small. Then you pick up stitches for the shoulder parts in the front, and you have to do some increases with that as well. So this is like one front part. You pick up the stitches here and you knit a little bit, and then you pick up stitches on the side of that. So now this is like a round shoulder all in one, but it's not a drop shoulder, so it's really nice and round. And in the end you have just a raglan increase here. I don't think I'm explaining this really well, but if you like knitting and being a little bit more mindful about how to knit, and you have to keep track, which makes it a lot less boring in my opinion, then you would really like this construction. It's just more intricate in the beginning. It's not difficult, but you have to pay attention to the pattern. And I really like how this detail fits in here, and I feel like it needs a block because now it bubbles a little bit too much maybe, but like there's not a body in this right now to fill it up. So yeah, this pink one is the Sonja sweater is my first, no, it's not my first striped item. I made a pink with red tulsa tea in the summer. But this is the first one that I'm making stripes in a raglan, and I have to do the increases on this point with the color changes, and I'm carrying up the yarn, which is a first for me because with the Sonja sweater I just I've just woven in all the loose ends, but with this you get a whole lot of stripes, as you can tell. So I want to make it easy for myself and yeah, carry on the yarn on the back so I don't have a lot of loose ends to weave in. I really like the inside look. I like that. So yeah, a whole lot of new techniques for me here. The fabric is so soft, so soft. This you can wear like next to skin. You don't need to wear anything underneath this. I do have to say, you can see all the irregularities with tension. I unfortunately, especially when I'm knitting flat, I do have those tensions irregularities. I hope that it will block out, but in the end, as I said in the beginning, I don't really mind it all that much because it's handmade. It doesn't really have to look like it's machine knitted and you can buy it at the store. On the one hand, that's really cool if you can manage to create that, but on the other hand, I don't mind people seeing that it's handmade. It will be really neat and cool, and like it will be beautiful and nicely finished, but not like perfectly smooth. But that doesn't bother me, to be honest. That's my opinion. So yeah, this is where I'm at. I think I need to do like one full blue stripe and then a white stripe, and then I'm done with the yoke. So next time I'm split for sleeves. Well, probably next time I have the body finished, to be honest. Because the next 2.5 days I'm only going to knit on the Ingrid and this. So that will go by really quick, I think. And yeah, I'll do the neckline really soon because then it will feel like a sweater. And I really like that. And yeah, next time I can show the construction a little bit better because then I can wear it and show you more. So yeah, I really like this. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I don't have a striped sweater like in my closet at all. But I really like the look. And I like plain colored sweaters. And if I want a pattern, then it's going to be a stripe. But that's the reason why I like the Ingrid, for example, so much. Because it has texture, which makes it interesting. And the Lento is not too busy for me. This is just perfectly fine. This doesn't feel like a really colorful, bright, busy sweater. For most people who knit here in the community, I feel like it is. But for me, this is like, oh, everyday wear. I like this. So yeah, that's everything that I am knitting on or have knitted these last 3 weeks. And I'm going to, like I said, finish up these sweaters or work on them next couple of days. I'm going to Copenhagen. I don't know how much I will buy, but I'm really excited that I don't have a lot of whips. So when I want to cast something on immediately when I'm back home, I can. I don't have to feel guilty that I have already so many other projects on the needles. And that feels exciting because I had a lot of projects on my needles the last couple of 2 months, I think, ever since I came back from Spain, to be honest. So yeah, my plans for buying or planning on making with Copenhagen in mind is I would really like to make the storm sweater. So I want to pick out maybe a yarn and a color in Copenhagen, but maybe I will order it online at home because I don't know if I want to fill up my suitcase. We only have hand luggage with like 14 skeins of one yarn. I'm not sure yet, except for when it's cheaper over there, but I will have to find that out. I would also like to knit the Elizabeth blouse by Petiteknit, and then the like 2 sizes up, so it's more an oversized fit, of course, and maybe in like a dusty pink or a dark foresty green or navy. But I want to branch out in a little bit of a different color. And a storm sweater, I like the dusty pink versions, but maybe I want to choose something different, like a dark green. But I want it to be light enough that you can see the texture. And also, I don't want the Elizabeth blouse with mohair of any kind. I just want it like maybe a merino, or she recommends in the pattern the Vilcolana Pernilla, which is quite an affordable yarn. And I'm hoping to have, well, I'll probably will see Vilcolana in the shops, because here in the Netherlands I can only order it online, so I could pick out the color. Although it's quite boring to buy yarn that I can also buy here as well. So maybe it's just inspiration for future projects, and I'm going to buy something really like Scandinavian and that I'm not able to buy here for the Elizabeth. Next, I would like to buy some yarn for camisole number 9 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. Maybe just knitting for olive merino. I haven't used knitting for olive at all, so I'm really curious about that. And then I will make it like a layering piece under a cardigans that I made or that I have store-bought once. Then I would like a really chocolatey brown maybe, or dark green or navy. And I would also like maybe to make a layering top with a higher neck, like the Tonight top by Lily Makes, or the Papyrus top by Ula Knitwear. Is that her name? Or maybe I would like, I would also like to make a cardigan somewhere in this winter. Maybe champagne cardigan again in a cream color. Although I already have a cropped cream color v-neck cardigan store-bought, I don't care. And I want to look up Noro Medara. I would really love to see that in real life and see if I would want to make a cardigan with that, inspired by the Traveler's Cardigan by High Fiber Knits. So yeah, I have some plans, but not really a lot of concrete plans, like I really want to buy that, except for another skein of pure Gynt. And I probably want to buy some yarn for another hat or scarf. Just something like a couple of small projects, so my bank account can manage that a little bit more easy. So yeah, those are my plans. Next time when you'll see me, I will have a yarn haul, a Copenhagen yarn haul. And I've no idea what I'm going to buy, but I'm really excited for it. And yeah, it's just going to be so much fun. A whole weekend of knitting, talking about knitting, buying knitting stuff. What can be better? Oh, kanelbuen? How do you pronounce it? I don't know. Anything with cinnamon. It's great. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Keep on watching here on my channel if you like more colorful knits. And yeah, see you next time. Have a nice day. Bye bye.